Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on October 23, 2023. Putin's forces maintain pressure on Avdiivka as Zelensky's troops repel assaults. The Independent, Russia-Ukraine war at a glance, what we know on day 607. The Guardian, Russia has likely suffered up to 480k casualties in Ukraine, UK intel. Business Insider, Ukraine repels new Russian onslaught on eastern town of Avdiivka, Zelensky says. France 24 English, Russia-Ukraine war, list of key events, day 607. Thousands join Paris' first authorized pro-Palestinian demo since Hamas attacks. Reuters, Gaza, Paris is with you. Thousands join pro-Palestine rally in French capital. France 24 English, thousands attend pro-Palestine rally in Paris. Anadolu Agency, English, protesters gather in France, call for end to massacre in Gaza. Vanguard, Paris crowd calls for end of massacre in Gaza. Hamas hostages, families worried sick for relatives held in Gaza. BBC, family of elderly Israeli held by Hamas fears for hostages without dual nationality. The Times of Israel, Long Island couple desperate for news on niece, 3 children taken hostage by Hamas. CBS News, fear grows in Israel for sick or wounded hostages. The New York Times, family of released hostages, no celebrating until everybody home. Trump distances himself from Sidney Powell after guilty pleas in Georgia. The Independent, why Kenneth Chesebro's guilty plea is powerful evidence against Trump. MSNBC, why did Sidney Powell plead guilty? The New Yorker, Trump denies Sidney Powell was ever his lawyer after she takes plea deal. Israel-Hamas war, Irish boy trapped in Gaza in danger and desperate to get home. Argentina presidential election, Javier Milei and Sergio Massa head for runoff vote. BBC, far-right populist Javier Milei fails to win first round of Argentina's presidential election. The Guardian, Argentina heads for presidential runoff after surprising election result. The Telegraph, Argentina votes in election rocked by radical candidate. BBC, bad and dangerous, Argentina's Trump on track to become president. Hamas terrorists were carrying instructions on how to make chemical weapons, Israeli president claims. Sky News, Hamas had instructions on creating chemical weapons, claims Israel's president. The Telegraph, Herzog reveals to Sky News, Hamas had instructions on how to produce chemical weapons. The Times of Israel, Hamas operatives had instructions for using cyanide-based chemical bombs, report. NDTV, documents found on fighters reveal Hamas capabilities, bloody plans. Israel-Gaza latest, second convoy of aid trucks enter Gaza. IDF soldier killed in raid, Israeli tank accidentally hits Egyptian position. Sky News, second aid convoy enters Gaza through Rafah crossing. The Times and the Sunday Times, Rishi Sunak presses for restoration of water supplies in Gaza. The Guardian, UK working on getting trapped Britons out of Gaza as humanitarian crisis unfolds. The Independent, Israel-Gaza war, UN agencies call for Gaza ceasefire as aid arrives. Israel-Hamas war live, White House promises continued flow of Gaza aid as Israel steps up airstrikes in north of Strip. The Guardian, Israel-Gaza live news, Gaza gets more aid as Western leaders stress need to protect civilians. BBC, Israel-Hamas war, Netanyahu warns Hezbollah against mistake of its life. The Independent, live news, Israel says it struck targets in Hezbollah-dominated areas of Lebanon. Financial Times, Day 14 of Hamas-Israel war blog, Friday, October 20th. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.